Welcome to the May 1st, 2018 Yukon City Council and Yukon Municipal Authority meetings in the Centennial Building at 12 South 5th Street, Yukon, Oklahoma. This evening our invocation will be given by Pastor Rex Arnold of St. John's Nepomuk Catholic Church here in Yukon, and following the invocation we will have the flag salute. Father Arnold.
Let us pray. God our Father, you guide everything in wisdom and love. Accept the prayers we offer this evening for our country and community and all those who provide them with support to carry out their charge with integrity. In your goodness, watch over and guide all those in authority so that all people may enjoy freedom, security, and peace. Through your divine inspiration, fulfill your actions by your Holy Spirit, that every word and work of ours may always begin with you and by you be happily completed through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Father Rex. We'll now have our newly elected council members, Mr. Rick Caccini and Miss Shelley Selby, who will be sworn in by our municipal judge, George Ramey. Let's hear a warm round of applause.
George.
I just want to thank everyone for their support, and I look forward to working with these amazing people on the council for make Yukon be a great place it's always been.
I could go along with that, and I want to thank the community for supporting me over the 27 years I've been a resident here, and I appreciate the opportunity to excel at this moment to be your council. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to have a short break. Oh, go ahead, Judge. We're going to have a short break at this time while they sign papers. So the goodie bar is open. So for any of you who wish to take part over there, please feel free to go over and start having cupcakes and whatever they're serving.
Doing a no-go. Yeah. My because there's no, it's your fault. How can you handle it?
You think we're still going? One more
Made me happy.
Oh,
stuff going on over there. I'm not sure what.
no, it's just,
So I just thought, I want to do it.
City Council will now reconvene and commence with city's business. For, I guess, one housekeeping issue is there's a small can in the back, and they brought a nice garbage container over here for any of you who want to put your stuff in there, not leave it anywhere else. So, Mr. Shivers, roll call, please.
McCarron,
Here.
Smeisterla,
Here.
Yonda,
Here.
Caccini,
Here,
Selby.
Here.
First item is to consider a motion to accept nominations for the position of mayor for a one-year term and electing the position of mayor. Do I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to elect Michael McCarron as mayor.
I second that.
Second? Okay. Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Smeisterla,
Yes.
Caccini,
yes.
Selby,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Item, consider a motion to accept nominations for the position of vice mayor for a one-year term, electing the position of vice mayor.
I make a motion to elect Erling Smeisterla as vice mayor.
Second that.
A position and second. Any discussion? Okay, vote please.
Caccini,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Smeisterla,
Yes.
Selby,
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes. Presentations and proclamations, Mr. Shivers.
None this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. This section of the proceedings is for our visitors who would like to address the Yukon City Council on a non-agenda item. Do we have anyone here this evening who wishes to address the council?
I have no requests.
Is there any visitor here who wishes to address the council on a non-agenda item? Seeing none, we will now recess as the Yukon City Council and convene as the Yukon Municipal Authority. Item 1A on the agenda of the consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda so that the Yukon Municipal Authority shall by unanimous consent can approve those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the approval of all the authority members, that item will be heard in regular order. City manager recommends a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of April the 17th, 2018. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve. Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Yonda,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Selby,
Yes.
Caccini,
Yes.
Smeisterla.
Yes.
Item 2A, consider accepting the amended sign location lease between Williams Family Investments, LLC, and it's the CPI Pipe and Storage Area, and the Yukon Municipal Authority for a portion of the property located west of Gregory Road on south of I-40, and it's 16450 and 16350 West I-40 for a term of 10 years at an annual rate of $24,000 with an increase of 5% annually. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to accept.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Mr. Hort, you want to make a comment on that? I think we...
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this is the item we've been talking about for some time.
that would help pull people off of I-40 into Yukon. This is an advertisement sign. We're proposing a digital billboard at this time, with a future one possible. We did amend the contract to allow for a greater footprint for the sign because the digital signs are just a little bit longer than a normal billboard. So that was one of the changes in here, as well as the lease. The owner of the property wanted to go ahead and start the lease agreement immediately upon the council approval and sign the agreement. And we did remove a couple items out of the document that was restrictions on sign, what we could put on there. But we did leave massage parlor, dog, video rental, and materials that can be considered not appropriate for the sign. We did leave that in there.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Any other discussion? Thank you, Mr. Horton. Vote, please.
Caccini,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Selby,
Yes.
Yonda.
Yes.
Item 3A, consider approving the purchase of 2 sanitation trucks. A 2019 Peterbilt with Wilkie front-end loader body and a 2019 Freightliner with Leach rear loader body with extended warranties at a total cost of $430,595.64, purchased through the state contract SW197 and SW035T, as recommended by our Public Works Director. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Okay, Arnold, do you want to tell us just what you're getting there? I know it's just two sanitation trucks,
Now, these are the items we had previously discussed on the finance.
but yeah.
Through safety, go ahead, explain if you want to, the front end and rear end loader.
The one truck we're replacing is a 2005 rear loader, and the other is a 2013 front loader. Both these typically do our business routes. The rear loader can also do poly carts or big bulk pickup.
Are the old ones gonna be gone now, or just, okay, we gonna dispose of those,
Yes,
or?
probably.
Okay.
We will eventually dispose of them when you get the other ones in.
Okay,
And if you recall, we discussed this, one of them we had spent, over $90,000 on repair, and the other one had spent almost $80,000 to repair, which it's just not,
Yeah.
we don't need to put any more money into these trucks.
they only last so long, right?
Right.
We've welded and patched about everything we can.
Okay, thank you, sir. Motion and second, any other discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Selby,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes?
Smystrela,
Yes.
Caccini,
Yes.
Item 4A, consider declaring an emergency exists and approving the emergency repair of the community center flooring at a cost not to exceed $50,000 in accordance with state statute, waiving competitive bidding and authorizing staff to choose the lowest responsible quote as recommended by the city manager. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, the lowest quote that we received is Cornet Carpet. Talks about having this beginning installation by May 14th. It'll be finished before the program starts on June 1st at a cost of $21,717.67.
Okay. Do I need to add that to this, or we're just going to show that as the lowest responsible judge?
Showed it as the lowest possible bid.
It is the lowest responsible, okay. So, I guess we just go right to a vote. Vote, please.
McCarron,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Caccini,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Selby,
Yes.
We will now adjourn as the Yukon Municipal Authority and reconvene as the Yukon City Council. Item 1 is the Yukon City Council consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda so that the City Council, by unanimous consent, can designate those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the regular approval of all city council members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion that will approve the minutes of the regular meeting of April 17th, 2018. Payment of material claims in the amount of $561,040.37. Enter into a billboard advertising agreement with Central Oklahoma Marketing Group for a digital billboard advertising space from June 1, 2018 through December 1, 2018 in the amount of $7,200. And D, setting the date for the next regular council meeting for May the 15th, 2018, 7 p.m. in the council chambers of the Centennial Building, 12 South 5th Street. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Caccini,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Selby,
Yes.
Item 2, reports of boards and commissions and city officials. Do we have any reports this evening, Mr. Crosby?
No report this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Item 3, consider approving resolution 2018-06, a resolution of the city of Yukon, Oklahoma, authorizing entering into an interlocal cooperative agreement for municipal court jurisdiction concerning juveniles. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
A motion and second. Is there any discussion? I'll just, Mr. Attorney, this is just a rework of changing dates and things, is it not?
This is just the annual contract the city enters every year with the district court, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, sir. Any other discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Caccini,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Selby,
Yes.
Item 4, consider approving ordinance 1357, an ordinance amending ordinance number 657, Appendix A of the Code of Ordinance of the City of Yukon, Oklahoma, by providing that the zoning designation for part of Lot 1, Block 7, Sunrise Hill, Canadian County, Yukon, which is 280 South Yukon Parkway, be changed from C1 Office District to C2 PUD, Convenience Commercial District Planned Unit Development, and declaring an emergency. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve? Second?
I have a motion and second. And this time we'll move into discussion. Is there any discussion at this time? Mr.
Yes.
Caccini?
I needed to find out, are you talking about Landmark Drive on this?
That's correct. This is the child care center, and yeah, I'll go to the audience here in a minute, okay?
If this is the Landmark, I kind of disagree the way we're doing this because of the fact that we didn't even have a traffic plan. I've not seen one, so I can't very well say that this is a good plan without seeing a traffic plan, especially if they're trying to put a nursery or child care center there. So that's my thought on it.
Okay. Anyone else on the council want to speak? Okay. I know we have several folks here tonight who would wish to speak, so would you stand up, come up to the front? Each person gets about 3 minutes, and state your name and your address.
I'm Stan Brooks. My wife Shirley, she's going to pass out what was passed out at the Planning Commission. I wasn't there that night. I was in the hospital, had some surgery done.
Mr.
I do
Brooks,
have
we
a
need your
picture on the
address,
back.
please.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Your-
I do have a picture on the back there showing some traffic at this location.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. What was your address, please, sir?
1100 Landmark Drive.
Okay. Thank you.
There's extremely a lot of traffic on that street. And if you look on the back, you can see a little bit of it there. I was able to get that picture the first of this week. I haven't had time because I've been behind at my own business. I'm for business. I am a business person here in Yukon myself, but I have several concerns. My main concern is children like to climb fences at all ages. And I noticed in the Planning Commission deal that they had a 6-foot fence recommended. I do not think that is high enough on it. Also, I have concern of kids running out in the traffic on Yukon Parkway. That's a very heavy traffic street. Those pine trees there, you can't see them. That's there. I have a concern with that. My other concerns I have is when the traffic comes in from the south going north or the traffic going south on Yukon Parkway, when they make that right or left-hand turn to go on Landmark Drive, they fly through there. Our mailbox has been totally wiped out. The car was destroyed, totaled out. My wife's had 2 wrecks there trying to back out of the driveway because of traffic. That's a big concern for me. And if you put more traffic on that street, in the other meeting they said it's around 71 kids is what Mrs. Dockerman said. I figure that's going to be somewhere around 50 or 60 cars because they're going to have 8 or 10 themselves, according to her. You put that much more traffic and all the houses being built to the east out to the lake is going to create more in the traffic hour of the day, which is going to be somewhere between 6:45 and about 8:30 in the morning and 4:30 until about 5:30 in the evening. And that traffic really backs up in the afternoon with people that get off of work. They live over there around the lake. They come that way because they can't make a left-hand turn there on old Route 66 because that's blocked off there. So they come around our street on Landmark Drive. That's another concern there, throwing all that extra traffic there. She also stated in the other meeting that they didn't put that in their plans to put a driveway cut onto Yukon Parkway because it was an expense at that time. My question is, if that's too big expense to do at that time, if she's got the financial backing to put this type of operation in and succeed. I don't want somebody going in there lasting 5 or 6 months and then don't make a go of the business. I want to see every business succeed. If they don't have the backing or the money to do it with, I don't think it ought to be approved for that purpose out of it. And that's they're going to have wrecks when they start backing that traffic up on Yukon Parkway. There, people wanting to turn in, going north or south, you're going to have some wrecks and people are going to get hurt there. We had a man run over not very long ago in the afternoon while we was downtown coming back. I didn't get to see it because I wasn't home, but some people called me and said, "What's going on in front of your house?" I said, "I don't know, I'm not there." But it happened there on Yukon Parkway. So I just don't want to see some kid get killed there, go down there in that pond and drown.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else here from the neighborhood that would like to speak?
I'm Bob Wheeler. I live at 1103 Landmark. That's right across the street from there. I have lived there 16 years, since 2002. There used to be a real estate agent across there, and every time a car pulls in or pulls out, they throw their cigarette butts out on the floor, on the street there. Makes a big mess. Not only that, we're going to have 70 to 80 cars coming in and out twice a day. They will be throwing their cigarette butts out before they pick their children up or lighting up after they leave there. And also, will this, if it's approved, will this actually devalue my property across the street because we've got the child school across the street there making all the noise, the paper coming out, they feed the kids before they take them to school at McDonald's, and we've got all of our McDonald's papers out there. I could have brung you some if you wanted them out there. Also, is there enough traffic? I mean, with that much traffic, there's not enough parking places in front of that building. There's something like 18 parking places over there in front of that building. That ain't enough for 70 cars to come in there and drop the kids off and pick them back up. That's pretty well all I've got to say, except one thing I would like to ask each and every one of you council members, when you're taking and voting on this, would you want this across the street from your house? Think about that before you vote. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak? Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate each and every one of you who came today to speak before the council. I know sometimes it's really hard. Mr. Hort, I have more than a few questions. So,
Okay, Mr. Mayor.
who actually is Miss Doctorman here this evening? Yeah. Okay. Who actually owns the property, Miss?
You may want to talk to her first, and if you have questions after you're done talking to her, I'll address them, and that way the applicant can answer some of your questions. You can have her on the record as well.
Okay. We can start with Miss Doctorman. Would you come forward, please? Who actually owns the property? I understand that you're in some kind of an agreement over that, or?
Yes, we have a 2-year lease agreement that we have not signed yet because it's based on approval of this, and it's Barbara Harris.
Okay. Well, when I listened to the video of the Planning Commission meeting and listened to it pretty carefully, you know, there was a statement made in there about whether or not you would be able to bear the cost of any additional improvements, and that was a problem to you to do that. Would Ms. Harris be willing to share in any of that event should that come to pass?
We are actually on the planning committee for traffic committee Tuesday, May 8th, to talk to them to see what we can do to fix the traffic issue. So we have already, after that meeting, we realized it is a big issue. We knew that before, but once we heard from everybody, we took first step to go in and we put ourselves on the agenda to talk to them and see what they would allow us to do to help with that case.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the property that's over there, and I've noticed also that it's been a problem as well. Were there any other suggestions made at the planning level that could be implemented? And I'm going to ask Mr. Hort to stand up now as well, because I think we have spoken about an access off of Yukon Parkway, and I think the indication is that that's not possible, or it is possible, but it would be not within the codes.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, you asked me about adding a driveway to the property off of Yukon Parkway.
Yes, sir.
The driveways there are too close together. If we did that, and we'd have conflicts and movement, and that was one of the reasons we did not recommend or did not allow a curb cut onto Yukon Parkway. They did discuss the possibility of going on to the property to the north, which belongs to the city, and allowing an access drive for them to go through that and then come back up and out onto Yukon Parkway. But at that time, it was felt the hill was too steep to allow that, and then it's going on to private property as well. And we'd like to keep those vehicles on the public right of way if we can.
Well, yeah, we can't put a road on somebody else's
Yes.
property either.
So are you saying the traffic issues are still being looked at?
She's made the application to the Traffic Commission to discuss that.
Okay. They had previously asked for speed bumps, anything to slow the traffic down. Flashing lights, taking children at play, anything that we can do to secure the daycare and the residents there to give them a little bit more safety feeling and to protect the kids as well.
What things have been suggested at this point? I mean, obviously, flashing lights, stop signs, speed bumps, what else?
Speed bumps is what the residents previously asked for, and it got denied. So we thought that if we went in with a daycare and asked, maybe they'd be more willing to put them in for the residents and our business.
Well, it appears that speed on that road seems to be a problem. Is that correct?
Yes.
Everybody concerned? there's been some discussion about 36th Street and the fact that it terminates into a gas station essentially. People run through the parking lot there. And there was some question about the intersection there as to whether or not that's going to be done, and that would be an ACOG project or something of that nature. Mr. Hort.
On that, that road comes in there too close to that traffic light, so you wouldn't be able to do that, to be able to go back to the south.
Unless you went right through the
Yeah.
gas station.
Yes, we've had a request, I don't know if they ever went to the traffic commission. They wanted to look at, Main Street about being able to go back west instead of just east. But I don't know if they ever made application to that, cause we had the question asked of us. Where, Lakeshore Drive comes in, it turns and comes on to 39th Street. It's a real short turn coming onto it. You can only go back east. The question that was given to us is, can we go back west? And they said they would like to go to the traffic commission to discuss that. And I give them Doug's information, and to my knowledge, I don't think they've ever got in contact with Doug to discuss that.
Correct, Mr. Chairman?
That's correct.
Okay. I think it's pretty obvious to me, because we're opening, I do have a concern, and I'll express my concern about this change from the C1 to C2. When in point of fact, we're going to do that opens that entire piece of property up to a lot of things besides the daycare. And if that's the case, and I've got a list, I went through the ordinances and looked before I came this evening to make sure that there's a lot of things that could go in there, which is grocery store, meat market, Dollar General store, which would certainly be less attractive than a daycare for the people out there. Do you believe that if we can take care of the traffic issues at that one entrance, that it would be reasonable then to allow that, Mr. Hort?
I think it'd be a discussion of how you think we can alleviate the issues that has been brought up.
Okay.
I think it's going to take the city engineer and some time review with city staff to look at all the issues, because there's more than one issue that's going on.
Okay. What is your time constraint, Ms. Dockerman, at this time to start working on the building and that sort of thing?
We want to be open by August 1st. We know that may not be possible.
Sounds pretty ambitious, but go ahead.
Yes. We also have already talked about purchasing the building, so there's a lot of worry that I'm going to go in and have the daycare for 2 years and just up and leave. That would never happen, because we are already in the process of discussing the purchase of it before we even sign the papers to lease it. If it gets passed, we are going to the bank in the morning to look over purchasing it.
I don't know, anyone else? I don't know.
We have a lot of traffic issues on that street. Folks from on the east side of town use Landmark Drive as a shortcut. I've had people complaining to me about how fast people drive on that street. But because I've got an extra car, I put it parked on the other side of the street to slow them down, and it does help. I do receive complaints from the manager at the gas station because people are cutting through his gas station to avoid the light. So we have a lot of issues there. That whole area needs to be looked at, in my opinion.
Well, I think there's a lot of issues that need to be resolved before we approve this, because just the safety, the traffic, I think we need to resolve that first.
Yeah. I'm with you.
What I heard you say is that you, at this time, cannot put an exit out onto Yukon Parkway, correct?
That is correct, because it would violate our ordinance. And we already have the same problem, similar problem on Garth Brooks, and we're trying to not
Right.
have that issue all over town.
So the only alternative is to have that exit on Landmark right now.
But it is going to the traffic commission at the next meeting? Okay. Okay.
We'll see what they.
And that'll be what, on Tuesday, May the 8th? Okay, I would entertain a motion at this time then to delay or table this until the next meeting, which will occur after the May the 8th meeting. I would encourage you and Mr. Hort to come back with solutions and things like that before I would want to go down that trail as well, simply because I've looked at the list of all the things that can go there being a C2, and I certainly wish you to be successful as the other gentleman has done. You know, I want you to be there because guess what? There was one comment made about whether or not he thought it would change his property value. I doubt that that will happen simply because of the fact that some young couple, which a lot of them are coming to Yukon, would certainly be interested in your property. And certainly having a daycare across the street is a big get in. So from that standpoint. But I agree with Mr. Taylor when he was discussing it in the sense that when he spoke about it, I can't see it changing the property value significantly in any direction. But I would entertain a motion then to table this for Donna. I guess I'm going to ask Mr. Hort to how much time do you think? I know if we do a full-blown traffic study, we're talking about a long time, and that would obviate this from happening. But if they came back with recommendations and things to us, then we might be willing to look at it again.
You may want to continue it until a date determined, and then we can send out notices to the property owners as well.
Okay.
Or you can table it till the next meeting. It's whichever way you want to go, or whichever way the council.
Motion to table, Mr. Mayor, would mean that it will appear at your next meeting.
Next meeting.
And a motion to postpone indefinitely means it could come back with either the lady or the council
Whichever
requested to come
meeting.
back.
Okay. Are we good with that, Mr. Attorney? There. Okay.
I do.
Okay. Donna, would you amend the motion then to? Does a date to be determined make more sense? I think.
Postpone indefinitely.
Yeah, postpone indefinitely is what it's called.
Okay, I make the motion to postpone indefinitely item number 4.
Second.
Okay.
And I believe number 5 is additional
Oh, 5?
with that.
I'm sorry. What? Well, item 5 becomes a moot point.
Oh,
Right. Okay.
we
I'm
just
sorry.
did 4, right?
Huh?
It was 4.
We haven't been to 5
Yeah,
yet.
4 and 4A, excuse me.
Oh, okay.
But it's also item 5. Because there,
Okay, item 4 and 5.
yes, 4, 4A, and 5 would all be, so if you would include that in your motion, please.
Okay, I make a motion to continue item 4, 4A, and 5
Indefinitely.
indefinitely.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Okay. Motion and a second. Vote, please.
Yonda,
Yes.
Selby,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Caccini.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for those of you who came and spoke today. And we'll see if they can't look at that, for the traffic people, come back with something that works for everyone. Item 6, approving the purchase of 2 sanitation trucks, a 2019 Peterbilt with Wilkie front-end loader, and a 2019 freight loader with Leach rear loader body with extended warranties at a total cost of $430,595, purchased through the state contract SW197 and SW035T as recommended by the Public Works Director. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve. Second.
A motion and second. Is there any discussion? Vote, please.
Smystrela,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes?
Selby,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Caccini.
Yes.
Okay. Item 7, new business. Do we have any new business?
None tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Council discussion. Councilwoman Yonda.
Well, I just want to congratulate Rick and Shelley, and I look forward to working with each of you. Okay, welcome.
Councilwoman Semistria.
I also would like to say thank you for coming and being with us, and we're really a lot of fun, actually. But a lot of business. We thank you, and good luck.
And Councilwoman Selby.
I just want to thank you again for those people that supported me, and I look forward to working with you guys. Some fun things this weekend if you're out and about to do. Yukon Track is going to the regionals in Edmond, and Parkland 2 is having their citywide or their neighborhood-wide garage sale. Also, isn't it Festival of the Child? So there's a lot to do in Yukon this week. Make tomorrow a great day and be kind to one another.
10 to 4.
Thank you very much. I want to thank John Alberts and Richard Russell for their service on the.
Did you want to let Mr. Kachin have?
Oh, did I not?
Oops.
He normally skips
messed
me.
up.
I especially want to thank
Thank you.
the high school students that came in today, because some of them know my grandson, and I'm sure you'll jazz them about it. But thank you all for coming in. Thank you all.
Okay. Sorry, Rick. I didn't. You were leaned back in your chair, and I just the only one I could see down there was Kelly.
See?
I'd like to thank John Alberts and Richard Russell. So if any of you see them, please always say thanks for your service and the time that they spent. I also would like to welcome Rick and Miss Shelley to the council. Hopefully they will get as much joy as it has brought me and the opportunity to do a lot of good things. At the mayor's prayer breakfast that we had last Friday, we had about 150 people who came, and once again Mick Cornett spoke, and he was amazed at the community involvement and all of the elected officials who showed up, and said he'd not been to very many communities where people showed that kind of spirit for our town. I'm pretty proud of Yukon. Friday, May the 4th, the community coffee will be at the community center. If you're coming, please enter through the gym door on the southeast portion out there, because as you saw tonight, we voted on fixing the floor, and of course that will not be finished at that time. The Festival of the Child at the Yukon City Park. It only costs $5. Come and celebrate the children. Bike to Work Day is Friday, May the 18th. You can ride with City Hall and ride from City Hall to the community center, where they'll have refreshments and some door prizes. National Senior Health and Fitness Day is Wednesday, May the 30th. Saturday, May the 26th. Yukon Pools open for Memorial Day, and looking forward Molly Spencer to the Molly Spencer Farm in June, and community coffee is be Friday, June the 1st, and the Chisholm Trail Crawfish Festival will be Saturday, June the 2nd. And seeing no other business before the council, this meeting is adjourned.